50 Cent just revealed why Jay-Z hates him, and it seems like it's more than just their ongoing rivalry.
I've been nominated for 13 Grammys.
Right.
And I have no trophies. That's why I made a statement about Taylor Swift. Like I said, if I was actually up there, he wouldn't come take my trophy.
Right.
Kanye West.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm telling you, man, y'all got a chance right now. Just flood it, put out a lot of music because 50 Cent is coming.
You see, there had been a lot of rumors suggesting how the music industry had been long rigged and people would do anything just to be on the top. This means that some artists allegedly would even associate themselves with the so-called Hollywood elites just to be number one. However, no one would dare to talk about it because they're afraid, but not 50 Cent.
The award chose not to give me the trophies. If you look at even Jay-Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce.
And guess what? He is now talking about Jay and how he allegedly bought his way to the top. Is this why Jay-Z despises him so much? Well, let's find out. It's no secret that 50 Cent and Jay-Z had a long-standing beef, and fans who had been following them since day one know that things can get a little personal between these two. From jostling for hip-hop supremacy in the early 2000s to their competitive nature in the world of business, the two rappers are trying their hardest to get ahead of each other. Maybe this is also the reason why rumors suggest that they hate each other so much. As mentioned in the show, 50 and Jay's relationship had a difficult start. On his controversial 1999 song, How to Rob, a then-rising Fifth notoriously spoke about sticking up for his rap contemporaries, including Jay-Z. And let's just say he was not rapping like a rookie, and 50 was definitely roasting even before he became so big in the industry.
Yeah, what's what they did to Nas, man.
That's crazy, right?
I know what you did to Nas, Jay. That's up, nigga.
As expected, Jay didn't let that slide. During his appearance at Hot 97's Summer Jam that year, the Rockefeller co-founder retaliated by premiering It's Hot. Just like that, one of the biggest rivalries in the industry was born. Years later, in an interview with Angie Martinez, Jay-Z stated that he had spoken to 50 Cent backstage at the event, and it was all love. 50 even acknowledged Jay's answer for helping him to further his budding career. By 2003, 50 Cent and Jay-Z's competition had shifted from uncontested champion versus up-and-coming challenger to what seemed more like two equals when the Queens, New York native released his breakthrough song In the Club, and Blockbuster first album Get Rich or Die Tryin' catapulting him to global notoriety. And just like that, Jay-Z decided to keep his enemies close and decided to tour with 50 on the Rock the Mic tour in 2003. Most fans believe it was a strategic move at best, and Jay was trying to play it safe. But things didn't end that well between the two because, at the end of the day, they were rivals. 50 subsequently boasted that his G-Unit Reebok sneakers outsold Jay's S. Carter kick 6-1, and Jay-Z also withdrew from the joint tour's extended run, which coincided with his retirement intention at the time.
In reality, the G-Unit shoe outsold the Sean Carter shoe 6-1. I made over $80 million during the RBK time period.
It took them 4 years to collaborate on another music release, but of course, it was almost impossible to get them to release something with just the two of them. And since then, they have been making very controversial statements about each other, and their banter has entertained a lot of people worldwide, and with the advent of the internet, their hot takes will always be the talk of the town for weeks. Especially since 50 Cent is not backing down so easily and pretty well known for not sugarcoating things. Maybe this is why Jay-Z hates his guts so much, because he's the only person who was willing and brave enough to call out Jay-Z and his alleged fishy businesses in the industry. But before that, let's first talk about how 50 Cent would always proclaim that Jay-Z never beat him. Yes, you heard that right. This was during an interview where Fifth was asked how it felt when Kanye West sold more albums than him. Fifth answered how Jay actually talked about this during his documentary and grabbed the credit for beating him when in fact it was not even his album. Not to mention how everyone in Def Jam desperately tried to make that work, so at the end of the day, it was not a very convincing win over 50. But this was not the last time 50 openly dissed Jay. This was only the beginning. And ever since he started throwing shade at Jay, there was no going back. I mean, he even openly declared that he doesn't think Jay should be called the GOAT of the industry, and fans loved what he said. When asked about the top 20 rappers Billboard listed, 50 obviously has a lot to say. In fact, he mentioned that the list is, at most, not credible. And guess who tops the list? No other than Jay-Z.
You are on the top rapper list of all time. You're in the top 20. Is this list right? 50?
No, it's not right.
Where should you be?
I don't think that you could really put together a list like this without being biased at some points, because someone's personal appreciation for these artists.
This is why the host curiously asked 50 what he thinks about it, and let's just say he would rather place himself on that number spot.
What about top three? Jay-Z, Kendrick, Nas, top three. Is that about right or not?
No. They're still good artists, but not of all time, no.
Who should be number one?
I don't know. I don't know who would be the number one artist.
Say hypothetically it was 50 Cent number one, then who? Would it be Jay after that?
There was even a time when he accused Jay-Z of buying his way into Hollywood, and he came with the receipts. When asked why he thinks that way, Fifth went straight to the point and mentioned the facts. He explained that despite being nominated for a Grammy a couple of times, he still failed to bag a trophy. However, it seems very easy for Jay-Z. But this is not always the case, and you will be shocked at what 50 said next. Explaining his point further, 50 Cent emphasized that things looked a lot brighter for Jay after he got married to Beyonce. So much so that he accused the power couple of probably getting married for business purposes.
They're afraid their kids gonna want to be 50 Cent if they acknowledge the material. So they don't give you the trophies. I got the checks. I didn't get the trophies. Jay got all the trophies, man. That's because he signed that contract.
He even slammed how their kids would get awards when they weren't even rapping in the first place. And most likely, the industry is just giving them special treatment. However, this was only the tip of the iceberg, because what he was about to say about Queen Bee will surely shock you. During an interview with The Breakfast Club, Fifth shared a rather hilarious encounter with Beyonce. He narrated how Beyonce almost confronted him when he tried to approach Jay. This happened before the two got married, and by that time they were still dating. But Queen Bee was ready to fight for her man and literally jumped Fifth.
So Beyonce jumped down on you.
She jumped down. Oh, she was like on a windowsill.
Right.
We was in Vegas. She said, come on, I'm talking to her. She jumped out. She was like, duh, duh, duh. And I'm like, wait, what is she doing?
Yup, you heard that right. And while it may sound like a very serious thing to say about someone as powerful as Jay-Z, 50 doesn't fear anyone. He has always had the reputation, and he continues to prove that no one will stop him from exposing them. Do I even have to start about his beef with Diddy? Going back, this is why he took offense when Jay made a statement claiming that no one is afraid of 50.
The guy who was talking to him made him feel like a punk. You see what I'm saying? So he had to say, yo, nobody scared of 50. Let's get this clear. Nobody is scared of 50. You know, but I'm not the issue. Him making you feel like a punk is the issue.
When Trevor Nelson of BBC One informs Jay-Z that Kanye is picking his battles, Jay responds that Ye would have stormed the VMA stage.
No,
I don't think he would have done that if that was 50 up there, you know?
I think he would have done that if that was 50 Cent. No one's scared of 50 Cent.
We all know that that's not true. Even Jay-Z once acknowledged how the former made a huge impact when he first entered the music industry, so fans didn't know where he was coming from. Jay-Z mentioned this during an interview where he revealed how he literally warned artists under his label that 50 Cent was coming and was about to take the industry by storm.
Flooded, put out a lot of music because 50 Cent is coming. And, you know, 4 months later, In the Club hit and it was over. And it was just like, okay, now everybody got to sit on the sidelines and wait this tidal wave out.
As expected, a lot of people also have a say about his claim. Just like this fan who wrote, 50 literally took over the game. That era was one of those you had to be there eras. While another added, the respect people in the room got for this, they don't pull all that bullshit with him. Moving on, Fifth also made another controversial statement that might expose Jay-Z and all his shady business in the industry. Remember when 50 commented about how Jay-Z would get all the awards so easily? Well, the Hollywood elites might have played a part in that as well. And based on the bombshells 50 dropped, they can get a little controlling at times. This led fans to wonder whether Ice Cube was talking about the same set of people in the video he released where he talked about a certain club of gatekeepers.
And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their fucking club. That pisses them off.
Sounds familiar? Well, a former bodyguard who worked with Jay and Beyonce had also said the same thing about the couple. Uncle Ron posted a video where he exposed the power couple for stepping on people's careers just to be on top.
Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threats.
And yes, he even name-dropped a few people who became victims of this scheme.
How you stepped on many people. Beyonce. How you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career because she said something about you.
The former bodyguard also echoed what 50 had said before and revealed that Jay and Queen Bee married for business purposes, suggesting that all these sugar-sweet and loving moments we're seeing right now are fake, and that no ounce of love is included in their union.
Your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there.
See? Just like what 50 Cent said before. Soon after, fans started connecting the dots and they're convinced that Jay-Z hates 50 because he's not afraid of him. And unlike other people in the industry, 50 is ready to tell it all without holding back. And for someone as powerful as Jay-Z, having a person like Fifth always firing crazy exposés about you is kinda scary, right? How about you? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Also, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more.